What's up, y'all? My name is John Cyzycki, and this is the first video on my channel. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I love music. I love finding new artists. I love reading. I love the arts in general. And so I wanted to start a channel where I could review hip hop artists and country artists, rock artists, maybe even books, just kind of finding my way to where I want to be. Specifically today, I'm going to do a song that I have heard before, and then hopefully this channel grows and people start giving me suggestions. But this is by NF. It's called My Stress, and NF's one of my favorite artists to listen to because his music just has soul and impact on my life because I go through a lot of the same stuff that he talks about, and I'm sure millions of people do. So that makes a really great artist when they can talk straight to you and you know what they're talking about, even if you don't know their specific situation. And so let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, some days I just wanna leave the negativity in my head. I just want relief from my stress. I just want relief from my stress. Some days I don't wanna see or have a bunch of people to impress. I just want relief from my stress. Yeah, I just want relief from my stress.
So that's the hook right there. I think we all feel that. Like sometimes you just want to get away. You don't want to have to feel like you're needing to impress people. I feel that way all the time. I'm a little bit of a hermit sometimes. Like I just don't like the fact that like on Instagram and I mean YouTube, TikTok, it's constantly people trying to one up each other, and it makes me struggle because I'm not very confident in a lot of my looks and some of the stuff that I do. Um, and so it makes life harder trying to impress everybody. So rambling on, but we definitely get that, right?
Late nights, staring out the window doing 85. Got my state of mind, yeah. Walking on that gray line, hoping that my stress dies. It's like I hate it, but I love it at the same time. Pressure pushing me from all sides, insecurities of all kinds, yeah. I'm a hostage to my own pride. Most important things in life to me are things I know I can't buy, yeah.
I like that line. I'm a hostage to my own pride. I like reading books about psychology and things like that, and it makes me think about how how even though we may not have a lot of self-confidence, we put up a facade of pride and trying to show the world that like we're valuable in some way, and then we hold ourselves hostage to this image that we're trying to create, the image that we're seeing of others. We're holding ourselves hostage to a false pride and false machismo. I mean, I didn't. That's a good line to me.
Me in phases. I'm not in the mood yet to meet another stranger. I'm not in the mood yet to have a conversation and talk about a bunch of things that I don't feel amazed with. Getting too close to me, whoa, could be dangerous. I don't like that energy, I leave the situation. All this negativity that I can't get away from. All this negativity I think I need a break from. I'm thankful, but someday.
So an interesting thing about that verse there is he's talking about a whole bunch of things regarding like depression and not wanting to connect with people, not wanting to deal with stuff. And those are like very mellow subjects. And what I love about the production of the song is during that time, you hear that hi-hat just speeding along. So it's like an up tempo, upbeat thing while he's simultaneously talking about low beat subjects. So there's kind of a dichotomy between the two. So I find that really cool. And then when he goes into the verse, you lose that hi hat and it's very mellow again. So it kind of grounds you back. And then when that next verse is going to hit, it's going to have those hi hats, punches you back in.
I just wanna leave the negativity in my head. I just want relief from my stress. I just want relief from my stress. Some days I don't wanna see or have a bunch of people to impress. I just want relief from my stress. Yeah, I just want relief from my stress. Yo, this life got my head spinning. Wonder what I'd do if I knew these were my last minutes. Wonder if I had a week to live, would I stay tripping? Wasting every day that I had left trying to sell tickets. Or maybe call my dad, say I love him and laugh with him. Take a couple days and get away from this fast living. I don't love my work the way I did, man. This whole business.
That right there really hits me. I got both of my parents are still alive, but because of like my depression and the situations going on around me, just life, he says something about, get away from this fast life. And then he talks about his dad. It's like, it's so hard for me. And I've been thinking about this. I have a notice in my phone about it. It's like, what are you going to do when they're gone? And the note in my phone is, your decisions rob you of your heroes. And for me, that means like I look up to my dad, but I don't do enough in life to hang out with my dad, And so over the last year or so, I've been trying to do better about that. But just his statement there where it's like, okay, well, life is so fast and you're missing the things that are important. So
Just got me feeling jaded. Friends I had, now they act different. It's all switching. Whoa, yeah. It's pretty hard to watch. Things you used to love turn to things that you wish you forgot. Real moments that make you question the things that you want. Got me growing mentally, but stressing me out till I drop over the top. Swear I live on a daily basis. I always find a way to find the bad in good situations. It's sad, huh? Yeah. I live my life on the edge. Don't want the meds. I'm just trying to get relief from my stress, Some days I just wanna leave the negativity in my head. I just want relief from my stress. I just want relief from my stress. Some days I don't wanna see or have a bunch of people to impress. I just want relief from my stress. Yeah, I just want relief from my stress. These stress levels are not healthy. I'm waiting for that call saying records are not selling. I wonder when this all disappears and they forget me. Will I feel like I found who I was or be more empty? I wonder, was I wrong thinking this is where God led me? Or did I get involved with something that was too heavy? I drive until I'm lost and just sit in my car yelling. My inner critic talks. I'm just hoping that God helps me to stop stressing.
So that verse, the thing that impacts me, and this is what I love about NF is a Christian, and he's out about it. He talks about it. But he makes good music. He's not a Christian rapper. He's a rapper that's Christian. And I appreciate anybody that is willing to step out in their faith. But what's interesting about that is he mentions God in there twice. And he basically ends it with, I hope that God, something about his stress. And what's interesting about that is kind of emblematic of who we are as people. Is, as a man of faith, you would expect him to say, I pray that God would get rid of this stress. But he says, I hope, because in your mental illness, in your depression, and your struggles of life and your stress, you feel hopeless. So he doesn't say, I pray that God. He says, I hope that God, which is the kind of infallibility of humans, is like, we can say we're faithful, we can be faithful on Sundays, but when it's down to the nitty gritty, you're hoping for something because you're hopeless. So that was interesting to me. It kind of shows how powerful depression and stress is on the human body and human mind. At least that's what I got from it.
Yeah. Someday, I just want to leave the negativity in my head. I just want relief from my stress. I just want relief from my stress. Someday, I don't want to see or have a bunch of people to impress. Yeah, I just want relief from my stress. Yeah, some days. Yeah, some days. I just wanna leave the. I just wanna leave the.
So that's kind of my first video with NF there. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I can do to get a little bit better here. This is going to be a learning process for me. If you have a song that you want me to listen to, go ahead and shoot it my way. I want to start doing at least a couple videos a week and just listening to artists, finding new artists, and figuring out kind of maybe what their psychological state is when they're making a song, or kind of what the music is telling me from a psychological state, from an emotional state. I really want to delve deeper into music because I think we listen to it too passively sometimes. But I appreciate you watching the video, and I'll see you next time.